Hello everyone, this is Sunny Bomb Tarot, and today we're going to be doing a general reading, just seeing kind of what comes up. So it's a mystery reading of a sort. So we have the three groups here. For this first group, we have the Angelic Tarot with this little guy. And then the second group, we have this tarot deck. Let me see, it is called the Exile, Awaken Tarot with this little guy. And finally, we have the Arcana Tarot deck with this little guy. So if you need some time to pick which deck you're into or which one you're feeling, you can pause the video here, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hello Group 1! So if you chose this little guy right here and the Angelic Tarot, this is going to be your reading. So before we get into the tarot cards, we're going to do some oracle real quick just to really see what this reading could be about for you, what topic Spirits wants to communicate with you. So first I'm going to shuffle just some word cards off to the side, and we got trust falling out. So the light in you cannot be dimmed. And then your bottom deck energy is expand. Growth is often uncomfortable and messy, but necessary. So what I'm seeing for you all right off the bat is that maybe you have a project or something in mind where you've kind of, or maybe you haven't quite learned yet how to trust yourself. So being able to trust yourself to make those decisions and trust yourself to really bring this vision or this creative piece you have to life. So for a lot of you, this could be a book, or honestly anything creative really. It could be an art piece, it could be a game, or anything like that. Anything that involves you creating something, probably for people to view or see, or something like that, where it's kind of getting like published in a way. So you're learning to trust yourself, and Spirits are saying they want you to trust yourself because this vision, this creative gift that you've been given, is yours to put into the world. It's no one else's. So you have to trust that this vision was put into your head for a reason, and that you're the one that is meant to show the world really what this is and what your vision is, because it's meant to be done through you. Even if there's been ideas that have been similar before, Spirits are saying, well, that's all right. This idea is meant to be through you. This is meant to be an idea that you bring to fruition and that you put your sparkle on, because it's unlike anything else. You're unlike anything else. So let's get some numerology cards, see what comes out for you. We have chaos. Creation can be birth and disorder, but so can ruin. Just as quickly as it can deliver riches, it can destroy. And then we'll do one more. We have empathetic. To share in the joy and sorrow of everything, to feel it within yourself, creates a powerful tie between the spirit and the universe. So I think they're asking you to truly feel your creative process here, whatever that may be. They're asking you to truly get into, oh my gosh, the bottom deck energy is receiving. Be open to receiving that energy and really what you are meant to be, kind of getting those spiritual downloads to do this with. It's very important that you allow yourself to receive these messages and receive these creative downloads, because creation can be birthed here. And with the so can ruin, I see it as maybe holding yourself back is what the ruin comes from. So, and not technically ruin, but what Spirits are saying is that what they're bringing up here is ruin, is, in a sense, if you weren't to bring this creative idea into existence, it would not pass you by, but you wouldn't be living the life of your dreams that you could be. Or it's kind of like just pushing it back. So Spirits are like, why not just do this creative work now and trust yourself now so you can get to your dream life faster. That's what I believe this is talking about. It's kind of a more self-imposed limitation than it is anything else. And then to share in this joy and sorrow of everything, to feel it within yourself, creates a powerful tie between spirit and the universe. So basically just asking you to feel everything. They're not saying you're not gonna be scared when you do this. They're saying you feel the fear and do it anyways. And that's what they really want from you, is to trust in yourself, really feel the fear and do it anyways, because this opportunity won't pass you by, but they want you to try and start making progress on it now, because then they want you to live the life of your dreams more quickly, which is why this is coming through. So then we'll do the Fairies Oracle, see what comes out, what kind of advice, see if anything comes through. So we have Ring Around the Fairies, and I'm going to pull the guidebook for this one. So let's see what they have to say. Let's see, where is Ring Around the Fairies? Okay. So, Ring Around the Fairies. So, when this card is pulled, it's time to party. Create your own fairy ring by inviting friends over for a good time. Make a playlist and decorate your home. Anything to make the night sacred and unforgettable. This card reminds you that friendship is magical and so is dancing. So I'm hearing spirits kind of call in for you to maybe bring your friends into this. It's always easier to tackle a project when you have friends around or like-minded creative people around that can really help you with this. So I'm seeing maybe finding those creative people and finding your group where you can really kind of enhance what you're doing here, enhance what creative project you're going through, because oftentimes it's more helpful to have more minds than just one on a project. And that's what I can see them telling you here, is to find those people. So then we'll pull a Animal Oracle card. It's the Animal Spirit deck. See what they have to say. Firefly. That's really beautiful. Okay, so let's make sure, get the guidebook and see what Firefly has to say. Let's see. So we are in the air. So Firefly talks about being inspired and fantastic but fleeting. So the firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. This high-frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. There's firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. So it's definitely something creative you're bringing into this world. So our job is to be ready to harness that creative spirit when it graces our path. So what can you do to support this precious and elusive light? So it's definitely talk about harnessing that creative energy while you get it, because with creative energy it comes and goes in waves. So it can be quite difficult when you want to force something into action, but that creative energy isn't there. So it's kind of saying, like, ride the wave when you get it, go with the flow when you get it, and really put the effort in then, because then you could truly just you could truly feel better about the work you're doing and not as forceful. And as well as you get that creative energy, that means it's time to work on it. So it's not forcing it when you don't feel it, it's just waiting for that moment to strike you, because creative energy can be very finicky. So it's basically saying, like, go with the flow when you get that, and then kind of put the effort in then, and not push it off if it strikes you. And again, you don't have to do a whole lot. They're saying any progress is good progress. So finally, before tarot, we're going to be using this little oracle deck I've been painting myself. So it's just of dream places that I thought would be very interesting. and I have some meanings for them already. So I only have maybe 10 or so cards, but I figured it might be fun just to put this in there and see kind of what comes out. So this will be the last oracle card before we get to tarot. Okay, so we have the overtaken bathroom. So it's all covered in moss and everything, and obviously outside you can see a pathway. So let me see what I've written down for this card. So for the overtaken bathroom, or the mossy bathroom, it talks about cleansing, growth, and lifting a weight off of your shoulders. So I think maybe you have had these creative sparks already, or you've had these feelings of creativity already, and maybe you haven't done anything with it yet. And that can often make it feel like there's a weight on your shoulders, often manifest into a feeling of a heavy burden on your shoulders, because creative people are meant to create things. And when we kind of get stuck in overthinking and overanalyzing, it can be a physical manifestation onto our bodies. So it's talking about really this creative process will help get rid of that stress and anxiety. And although there still is fear in doing this, it's not the kind of stress that's manifesting right now. This fear is rather doing something exciting and being like, I hope this is good enough, and things like that, rather than this fear that may be taking a toll on your body. So they're asking you to really relax into this feeling and relax into this creative energy and put forth your effort, because it will be rewarded. And it's very important that you do, because then you can live the life of your dreams faster. So finally, let's get into tarot for you guys and see what comes up. I saw 1212 on the timer, so that could be important to you in some way. We have the 9 of Wands. Let's see what else comes up. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse. And we have the 2 of Cups. I'm sensing maybe someone in particular is pushing you to do this. Maybe a friend you have or a family member who's been like, why haven't you done something? Like, why haven't you sold your art already? Why haven't you shown your book to others for them to read through? Stuff like that. And then finally we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So with the 9 of Wands, I can definitely feel that burden again that's been coming through, where you've been carrying too much and you haven't had an outlet to really put that out there. So with 9 of Wands, it's asking you to really put this burden down, or if you can't, try to manifest it into your creative energy to have an outlet for yourself. Because right now it's really weighing you down. And they're saying, spirits are saying there's no reason for that, because with the 5 of Swords in reverse, this is a dream, this is a desire that's meant for you and only you. There's no fighting for it. There's no trying to be the best with it. It's being yourself with your creative idea and really bringing that to life. Because it doesn't matter if this idea has been done before or it's too similar to other ideas. These might be some of the thoughts you're having. It matters because it's done by you. It's never been done by you before. And that's what spirits are really trying to get at. It's never been done by you, and that's why it's important. And with the 2 of Cups here, I see that person again, somebody really trying to push you into doing this. It could be a friend or a family member, like I said, but it could also be signs from spirit I'm seeing. And eventually with this Ace of Pentacles, it'll end up being a business opportunity. somebody reaches out to you and says, I really like what you did here. I really like your game or your book or your art. And then brings you an offer. And that's amazing. But the hard part is to trust yourself and to go into that creative energy and show up every day that it needs you to show up. But spirits are saying, trust yourself. You know exactly how this should be made because it's your dream. It's your thing to bring into this world. So there's no wrong answers. And there's no rush, I'm also hearing. Please don't rush. Because whenever you get this done, it will be done exactly on time. So please stop forcing yourself. If you've been trying to force creativity, please stop putting yourself down. If you think this idea is too similar to something, or it wouldn't be good enough, or anything like that, they're saying this idea is meant to be brought into the world by you. And I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but I feel like spirits have been trying to give you this message for a while, and now that they can, it's kind of like keep repeating the message so they hear this and they know. But yeah, I don't want to keep saying the same thing over again, but that's what I'm seeing. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this reading. Leave a like, leave a comment. It really helps me, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hello, Group 2. So if you chose the Exile Awaken Tarot and this little guy right here, then this is going to be your reading. So first of all, I'm going to pull some oracle cards and kind of see where this general reading is meant to go to, what this mystery reading is meant to tell you. Okay, so our first oracle card is Unleash. Hold nothing back and expand into the universe. And your bottom deck energy is Dream, Wish Upon a Star. I'm gonna say this just because it feels like it might be similar to Group 1's reading, so if you were thinking about choosing that pile, I would recommend seeing that as well, because I think this could be similar with creative energies wanting to be brought into light. But yeah, so let's get some more so I can see where this is going. But I believe it is talking about bringing something creative into the world. So we have the number 5, Receiving. Be open to experiencing what may come. Change, repetition, happiness, sadness. Everything is a gift. Let's get one more. One more, please. We got number 3, Quick. The energy of life often flickers and requires a swift reaction. A leap without thought isn't always bad. Instincts know the way. Okay, so with you, Group 2, this could also be a creative decision that you're making. Like if you're releasing something creative into the world, maybe you're very close to. I think you're much further along than pile number 1 was. I feel like they were just starting. With you, I feel like you're well on your way to achieving something. And this could be creative, but this could also be in business as well. You're on your way to receiving something very quickly. I'm just looking at receiving and quick. So it's kind of like the Chariot energy. You're really getting into your dreams coming true. Because you have Dream in the bottom deck over here. You have Dream. So I think this is about your dreams coming true. And this could be very quickly, actually, within a few weeks, I'm hearing. It could be within a few weeks. So something that you've been putting effort into is about to come to fruition. And yeah, I think spirits are saying, like, get excited. Let's see what else they have for you. We're using the Fairy Oracle deck now. See if there's any advice coming through. Okay, so we got Up in Smoke. So I'm going to double check and make sure, but just from intuition, I feel like this is, you have to let something go to receive this. So it's kind of like spirits are saying, why are you holding on to this backup plan? Why are you holding on to this idea so tightly? Just an example, if you're holding on to maybe a backup plan or a second best option, it can hinder your ability to receive because your hand is already holding something. So I think with Up in Smoke, at least intuition-wise, they're saying you have to let that safety net go because trust the universe, trust us, let go of that and we'll catch you. And yeah, I think that's what they're bringing in for you. So let me double check. So Up in Smoke is on page 77. So you might be seeing lucky sevens in places. That could be confirmation. But it says, when this card is drawn, you might find yourself at the crossroads of a tough decision. Sometimes there is no objective right or wrong, and you just have to make the choice that feels best for you. So yeah, they're saying you might have to make a decision to let something go that's not good for you. And that could be an opportunity you're holding on to that doesn't truly resonate with you or resonate with the path that you want to be on. So that could be something to take into consideration. It doesn't have to be for all of you, but I'm seeing for most of you, you kind of have like a safety net for yourself that spirits are saying that's not really necessary. And it's also harder to receive with something like that. So now we'll do the Spirit Animal deck. See what else comes through. Okay. So we have Buffalo. Ooh, so you got Buffalo, and you also got the golden egg on the bottom of the deck. So I'll also look at what that means. So Buffalo talks about grounded yet heavenly and practical yet spiritual. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind race towards heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. So I think this is really well, number one, I think you've done a very good job of balancing your spiritual desires and making grounded and practical decisions for those to come true. Because yes, it is very good to believe in the spirituality and manifestation of things, but there's also that second hand where you have to make those practical decisions, such as if you want to become a certain person or act a certain way, you have to embody that first. So Spirit's already saying you've done a great job with that. You've done a great job spiritually manifesting this as well as physically embodying your dream. And they're saying, I think it's funny because group 1 also had the word trust. And when in balance, Buffalo talks about trusting here. So yeah, it could be about trusting yourself, but I'm also hearing trusting in the universe, trusting that the timing of things is correct, and really trusting in them that things are going to work out like how you hope. And maybe you're not seeing too many signs yet, and that's why it's starting to get a little upsetting or a little frustrating, but they're saying it is quite literally right around the corner, and you just have to hold on just a little longer, and they're going to send you signs as often as they can, but you also have to believe that it'll happen. So the golden egg is the message at the center of the heart. So within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. So I think this might be spirit communicating with you, or it could be them telling you to get into maybe listening to frequencies, or they have Reiki sound channels that are good as well. So they're saying find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga or meditation. So it's talking about really taking your time here. I'm seeing the quote where it's like, there's no better place to be than the present. Because things are going to change for you soon. And it's kind of like spirits want you to be grounded in this moment, the buffalo energy, and they want you... I'm going to put the golden egg out here for you because I feel like it's important. But they also want you to be in that present moment. And because I think they're trying to tell you something. Because the end of this golden egg talks about listening to the message they've been waiting to tell you. So I think there's something that's trying to come through to you, and maybe you've been a bit too forward thinking or past thinking that it hasn't gotten to you yet. So maybe take some time and meditate on this, or if you can't do that, sit in a quiet place like the outdoors or listening to bird sound or anything like that to help you get out of that future thinking, past thinking way and really get into the present. But so we're going to pull one more oracle card, and this is from a deck that I'm making. So these are all watercolors of dream places that I had, and I just thought it would be fun to kind of see what comes up with these. So let's see if they have any more advice for you. Let's see what comes up. Some of these are stuck together. Let's see. Anything else? Well, you got the one that I just showed you. You got the shower room. So, the shower room talks about peace, washing things away, and cutting ties. So yeah, there's definitely something that you've been holding on to that doesn't need to be in your life anymore. For some of you, it could be a person, like maybe somebody dragging you down. But for most of you, I feel it's a situation or an opportunity that you don't really want. I also just saw 2727. There's the sevens again, but maybe see what 2727 means. That's an interesting one to come up. But yeah, trust in yourself. Ooh, unleash. Maybe like unleashing what you don't need anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'm just pulling things together at this point, but I think that's cool. I think they're really talking about letting something go so you can receive this quickly. Faster than you would have been if you're still holding on to it. Because spirits are saying, jump and we'll catch you. Which it might feel like that for most of you, but trust the universe. They'll catch you. So finally we're going to pull some tarot. There's already a bunch jumping out at me. We have 5 of Swords. You're definitely unwilling to let this go, because I feel like it is a safety net for you in some way. And then we have 4 of Wands. I think this is really cute. For some of you, maybe you'll see the full effects of this dream manifestation in the fall, because this reminds me of like a little fall autumn market type thing. But it could also talk, you know what's so weird? Group 1, I believe, had the exact, like 2 people, like one in white clothing, one in black clothing for one of theirs too. And it was something about like a friend helping them. So that could be the same thing for you. Maybe it's good to like talk it through with somebody. Also, go out and celebrate yourself more. I'm hearing that too. So we have 3 of Swords. This is, holding on to this is hurting you more than it would be if you let it go. And I know that can be hard to hear sometimes, especially with things where it feels safe to have this option. But at this point, I feel like it's weighing so heavily on you that it's starting to hurt you. And maybe this is in like physical manifestations of muscle aches or headaches or things like that. I feel like it's beginning to affect you physically and mentally. And spirits really want you, I think, to reconnect with a friend or to connect with somebody and talk this out. Because it is safe for you to let go of what isn't right for you. Because it won't make you happy even if you take that opportunity. So with the Ace of Wands, it's saying there is something out there that's going to be offered to you that is much more, you're much more passionate about this than you would have been with this other option that is, it's taking away your energy and your happiness. And the Ace of Wands is bringing this back to you. Somebody's offering you something. I'm just hearing like it's unreal, like it feels impossible, but like your dream that you've been working for. So there's no reason to hold on to this anymore, especially if it's hurting you. And I feel like talking to a friend is a really good way at figuring out you have a support system and really talk things through and figure out where to go from here. Because in the end, it is your decision, but spirits are saying it's hurting you and it's not a good safety net for you. It's not something you would be happy doing. Or it's not a person you would be happy being with. It could be a person, but mostly it's opportunities of some kind. But yeah, there's something out there that's much more worthy of your time. But that's what I'm seeing for you. So I hope this cleared things up. I hope this helps you make your decision. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed. And leave a like or comment or even subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye! Hello, Pile 3. So if you chose this little guy right here and the Arcana Tarot, this is going to be your reading. So we're going to start off with some oracle cards to figure out what this mystery topic for you could be. So we'll start out with one of the little word guys and see where this is going. We had one that jumped out. Yeah. Okay, so you guys got the same as group 2. You got Unleash, but there's also one more. You also got Breakthrough. Okay, so for Unleash, it says, holding nothing back, expand into the universe. And you got Breakthrough. For a star to be born, it must first collapse. This is not your distraction, this is your birth. So you could be... I'm hearing dark night of the soul or shadow self or something. You're discovering yourself, I feel. And this could be in many different ways. I feel like you're kind of tackling the shadow aspects of yourself in certain ways. But spirits are also saying, make sure to replenish yourself because the sun will rise and we will try again. Every day is a new day to try. So let's get some more cards and figure out where this is going. These are the numerology cards. So we got 6. We got Suffocating. Fear of loss can turn love into a curse, care into a crushing force. To hold something close is protective, but holding it too close can be smothering. I'm thinking it's time to let something go. And it's something that isn't making you happy anymore. If you were drawn to group 2, I would also recommend watching that because it might have some more helpful messages on how to deal with this. But let's also see what your other numerology card is. Because I do feel like something is hindering you or weighing you down. And you could just be holding on to it because it's familiar at this point. And this could be like a job of some kind. So then we have number 9. Oh, we got 2. We have number 9, realistic. We have realistic and grounded, which is interesting. So realistic is practicality creates the opportunity to focus on what is and isn't working. And this allows what is possible to take form. And then grounded is having a rational or logical perspective. That's not a negative. New ideas will have you reaching for the stars, but the familiar will keep you rooted enough to pursue them. You know what this could be? This could be spirit saying, you might be too rooted in familiarity. I hope I'm saying that right. Being too rooted in the familiar. And I think that might be what can be suffocating to you. Is you might be afraid to show yourself to the world, or to show maybe something you've been working on to the world. And it seems like spirits are kind of reminding you to not be so stuck in your comfort zone or stuck in the familiar, because it can be very helpful to just have a little sense of being allowed to make mistakes and not having to have things so perfect the first time around. Let's see if we get anything else. This is the Fairy Oracle deck. And we have Crying Out. So this usually talks about when something is weighing so heavily down on yourself. And it's kind of just upsetting you at this point. It's frustrating. And it crying out, like letting things out, letting all this negative energy out. It's really telling you that it's okay to be in your comfort zone, but I think they're also urging you that it's time to have a breakthrough. And it's time to really put out your ideas out there, or stop holding yourself back from something. Because I feel like that's another big one. You might be holding yourself back from something or an opportunity. Maybe you think, like, oh, I'm not worthy enough for this, or, oh, I don't have the experience for that. And that's not the case. If the opportunity was presented to you, it is meant for you. And it means that you can achieve it and you can do this. I think that's what they're trying to say to you. And I think it would also be helpful to reconnect with your friends. I feel like that's been a common thread throughout all these readings today, is reconnecting with friends and with people that can help you really understand what your next thing to do is. So then we have the bee. So let's see what the bee means. So the bee talks about being earnest and hardworking. So the bee personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They are sensitive creatures, aware of the many subtleties at once. Since they're artists at heart, they usually add creative details to the overall vision, but for the most part, they have bustling, joyous personalities until they're too tired from all the work. Then they gripe and then sting. So this could be also another caution to you about not overworking yourself on something. Because maybe you're in a field where creativity often isn't the first thought. And that's kind of something you want to get into. And I'm hearing maybe you want to start it as like a side hobby or a side hustle. And I think that is what's really going to help you here to get out of like this feeling trapped energy, is to have something off to the side. Because maybe you still need that job for other reasons, but if you can't, like, you know what I'm saying. But if you had to have that job for other reasons, then you could have this as a side hobby and maybe start like soft launching your artistic creative business, whatever that may be. And I think that's what they're trying to tell you. because it can be trapping to be in a place like that where you can't really express yourself. And they're saying you have a good amount of being realistic and grounded, but it's time to put like a little whimsy in there and really go and start it. Just like make the Etsy page or make the whatever you do to sell your stuff. Like start that, make it happen. One day at a time, even one baby step at a time. Do as much as you can. And spirits are saying a little goes a long way. So we have one more deck, and this is the one I've been making in my free time. It is a little dream journey deck. So of the common dream places I see, I make little watercolors. So I just thought it would be fun. It's not done yet, but I thought it'd be fun to see if they had anything to say to you. Oh, we got something. We have the crystal stall. Oh, I'll show you up close. We have the crystal stall. So I really like this one. This one reminds me a lot of the Magician, which I have written down on my little note sheet. But so the crystal stall talks about intuition and trust. So really trusting yourself, trusting the universe, trusting that vision, and putting yourself out there and starting this little business or this little creative front, this little creative hobby that you should be doing. It's telling you to trust that and trust this process, and things won't happen in a day, but it's day by day that things will add up. And spirits are saying they believe in you and they know you can do this, and feel the fear and do it anyways. So let's pull some tarot cards and see if anything else wants to come through. We have the Emperor. No, the Hierophant, I believe. Number 4. Or is it the Emperor? I'll check and make sure. And then we have the King of Cups. We have the Six of Swords. One more, please. Okay, I had to take these two together because they wanted to, but we have the Sun and the Ten of Pentacles over here. So I was right, this is the Emperor. I just wanted to check and make sure. But with the Emperor, I'm getting a thing about investing more in your masculine energy. Because it's good to be in your feminine energy, but they're saying it's time to push more into this masculine go-getter, like starting this thing right now attitude, because spirits want you to be happy, and you may have to embody this energy a little bit to get this started, and that's okay, because the King of Cups is talking about doing something you're super passionate about and something that's emotionally satisfying, something that lights up your day and your world. And I'm hearing it gives you more opportunities to kind of, what would be the word? Like get more freedom in your life and more escapes and things like that. With the Six of Swords, you could be having a vacation coming up real soon. The spirits are maybe saying like, hey, like you might want to think about starting this creative hobby thing. You got some time to like review and figure out how to set up an Etsy or something like that. Where it's like, this is allowing you a chance. And the outcome of this is obviously really good because we have the Ten of Pentacles, so it talks about earthly success and monetary success. And we have the Sun as well, which is just like overjoyed happiness and just everything being wonderful. Like this is your dream here. This is your breakthrough you've been waiting for. And the only thing that's stopping you is yourself, which is hard to hear. But it can be easily overcome because you can embody this energy, this go-getter attitude, and really put your foot through the door and get this thing going. But yeah, I think that's it for you guys. Also, again, if you were attracted to group or drawn to group 3, I would go, if you were drawn to group 2, I would go there and also check out that reading because it might have some helpful information. But if not, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe or comment. Let me know what you thought. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!